Area of the circle can be found using the formula pi r square, where pi is constant and r is variable. It is also possible to find area of triangle when the diameter is given. If at all you would like to find out the area of triangle when the diameter is given, simply you have to divide it by 2 to get r. For example, if at all we give d as 6, how can we find out the area of triangle? First, we have to say r equal to d by 2. Later, 3 point, here we can say area AR equal to 3.142. 3.142 is, instead of writing pi, we are writing 3.142 or 22 by 7, right? Into, it is not possible to write r square. Okay? Instead of that, we write r into r. Now we will write an algorithm to find area of the circle when the diameter is given. See, before writing any algorithm, it is very essential for us to check it out, to find out how to give the solution, and later we will be writing what? Algorithm. This is how we do. So can I tell all the steps in normal form? We read diameter, later we divide diameter by 2, get the r, we apply this formula, and later after the execution of this particular instruction, you will have the area under the variable called as a, and simply you display it, you will get the area. So now let's learn how to put this particular action or the task in terms of algorithms. Understood? Now, always we must write the name of the algorithm. What is the name of algorithm? Algorithm to find area of circle when diameter is given. Okay, always we have to write the header. Next, what we must write? See, always what happens is, we'll be giving some data to the computer. Here, it is not possible for us to find out the area of circle unless and until the diameter is given. So, input will be, here we have to write input will be diameter of circle. What would be the output? Output will be area of circle. So this is what we need to write. Later, always, as I told you, we have to write step 1, start. Next, step 2, as I've told you, we'll be making use of variables in a program. So, here we are writing algorithm. Later what happens is, algorithm will be translated to program. Here it is compulsory for us to declare some variables. Without variables, here it is not possible for us to read the value from the user. When the value is given to the computer, it has to keep those values for the execution, right? Where those values will be kept, where the value which are given by the user will be stored in the variables. So already I have told you, whenever you would like to declare variable, you have to consider what kind of value that variable must store, what should be the size, and what should be the maximum and minimum. So why all these things has to be considered? All kind of variables cannot hold all kind of values. For example, one variable cannot hold integer as well as float as well as other kind of what the values. This is because C language is called as strictly typed language. It means that it is very essential for us to declare the type of the variable before storing value into it. If at all we would like to store other type of value into the variable of the different type, there will be value loss. You have to be very careful. So now I want to declare variables. Before that, we have to decide how many variables we are in need of. So here, if at all I see this particular problem, we are in need of two variables. One to hold, let's take three variables now. One to hold diameter, which is given by the user. One to hold radius, what we find in algorithm itself. And third one to hold the area. So step number 2, I say declare. So here you should think that this declare is instruction. So declare. So we should name what the variables. I will say d, small letter d, comma r, comma ar as variables of integer type. Or let's take float type. So do you know why I have taken float type? Because we may get the values in terms of what? In terms of real values. That's why we have taken a variable called as floating point variable. See, always whenever I ask you what's your age, you will tell 5 years old. You never say 5 years, 2 months, 2 days, 3 seconds, 1 hour. Do you tell like that? No. Always, whenever I ask you for an age, you will be giving me an integer type of value. So you have to be very careful whenever you are storing age type of value into the variable. It is better to declare variable as an integer type. Whenever I ask you your percentage, then definitely you will be giving me a real values. That time it is essential for us to declare the variables of real type or floating point type. Understood? So now I have declared ar as a variable of floating point type. So next, what should I do? Now vessels or the carriers are ready with us. Now I should read value from the user. So that's what I do. In step number 3, I say read diameter under D. You have to be very careful. The variable names are case sensitive with respect to C language. We are learning algorithms with respect to C. That's why little syntaxes will be influencing what are algorithm. Understood? So that's why what I tell you, you have to be careful when you are referring to variables as they are case sensitive. For example, here if you have taken D, capital letter D, here also you should say capital letter D only. You cannot say small letter. Why? Because it is case sensitive. And here also you can't interchange. A is capital, R is small. Here also, whenever you are referring to that particular variable, there also A should be capital letter and R should be small letter. Otherwise, a system will say, the algorithm will say, I don't know what is that. You have to be very careful. Now, I've read the diameter. So actually, diameter is not there in a formula. What is there in a formula? Radius is there. So it is essential for me to convert diameter into radius. How do I do that? I was saying step number 4, I said R equal to D by 2. So this is the formula which is used to convert diameter to radius. As you know, if I divide, always the diameter will be double of radius. Am I right? So I gave R equal to D by 2. So now I got radius which is used in a formula. Now what do? I will go to step number 5. Then I will say AR, area, equal to 3.142 into R into R. So here we are referring the formula, that is AR equal to pi into R, that is R square. Understood? Next, in step number 6. Now, after the execution of step number 5, we have a result. We have the area of what the circle under the variable called as AR. Simply, we need to print it. So what do I do now? I say print, I put what double quotes, area is, I will close what the double quotes now. Because whatever thing you put under double quotes and give it to print, once again, You must remember, print is a command. It is an instruction which is given to the computer. So what this instruction will do? For timing, let's assume that it is going to print a thing which is there under double quotes as it is. Now I will say, comma, AR. AR is not there under double quotes. That's why what this print will do? It is going to print the value which is there under AR. You got it? Finally, in step number 7, we write stop. So this is the algorithm to find area of circle when the diameter is given. So if at all radius is given, only this particular step will be skipped, because directly we will be having what the radius. If at all the diameter is given, it is essential for us to convert the diameter to radius. Understood? And one more thing you must remember. Whenever we write algorithm, always the execution will start from step number 1 and it will be running up to step number 7, and all the instructions will be executed in sequential manner. No step will be skipped. No step will be executed more than once as per this algorithm. This is what you need to keep in your mind. So this is the algorithm to find area of circle when the diameter is given.